What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of All Things Super. I am one of your hosts, Spider, and I'm joined by the man without fear himself, Mr. VIP Frankie Washington. How are you doing today, sir?
What is going on? I am infinitely awesome, sir. Thank you for asking. And if you ask anybody else, they should tell you the same, but they may say something differently. They may. I don't know. It's their prerogative what they want to say, but yet still, the facts remain infinitely awesome. It shall not change. But if you know that's true, then you know so are you. It's okay. It's all right. It's the universal thing. It's all with love. I'm infinitely awesome. You're infinitely awesome. How are you, Spider? Are you infinitely awesome? Do you feel infinitely awesome?
I
Are you
mean,
feeling it?
I don't want to take
Bella, bella.
your copywritten phrase, but yeah,
Well,
I'm feeling it.
not everybody knows it's copywritten, but yeah.
I like the copyright office.
They know. The important people know.
if you needed to know, you would know already.
Well, if you try to use it, you'll find out real fast.
Hit you with a lawsuit faster than Disney.
I need you to desist what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Need you to stop that.
Can't just go throwing that around.
Hey, I don't come to your job and tell you how to drop your fries. Don't do that. Don't do that. Or whatever you do. You know, somebody got a parallel park. What? That's a job for someone. If you're not qualified and you can't parallel park, you'll never get in those little sections where you need to park.
If anybody's parking your car, normally they have parking lots that they just pull in. So I don't know if they parallel park.
That's Spider. That is parallel parking.
Parallel parking is you parking parallel to the curb, not parallel to another car.
Wouldn't it be the same parallel if you hit it?
If you hit the car?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a lot less to worry about if you hit the curb.
Hit the curb.
Parking, then hit a
yeah,
car
you might just scratch
parking.
your tire, or you might scratch your hubcap or your rims, or maybe the fender, if depending on how low you sit. You hit that car, you're in peril. I can guarantee you that. Depending on which one you hit, you're parallel.
That's no longer parallel parking. That's perilous parking.
You're in penalties and violation. That's what's going to happen. Run!
No,
just drive off. No, leave a note.
Scene of an accident.
Yeah, that's a crime in most states. Yeah, you're a felon now. Look how it snowballed that fast. Spider, don't take long. Don't take long. Now you're a criminal. You're on the run, eating out of cans, wishing that the Walking Dead would happen so you could just rejoin society.
Things were so much easier before I hit that car. But this is All Things Super, where every week we take a piece of superpowered movie, TV shows, even trailers. We watch them, we react to them, we break them down, we review them, and we ask the question, is it super?
It's super. Is it kind of close what the words are? Do they define the words? Is it close to the definition of the words?
All words are made up words.
Yes, they are.
But if you like that, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you can be notified when we have new episodes that come out. If you want the audio version of the podcast, just search for All Things Super on your favorite podcast streaming platform. And if you want to reach out to us on social media, just click the link in the description below.
And leave a comment because we read those.
We do read them.
We read them. And hey, look, off of what we talked about last time, and if y'all know this show is your first time, y'all should know that we go where the conversation goes. So we were looking at the analytics, and we were looking at our subscriber count, and we were asking our subscribers to subscribe. By the way, if you haven't subscribed, you should subscribe and, leave comments. What has changed since those subscriber numbers, Spider? Have we gotten commitments from our fellow followers and fans and family to subscribe? Has the count went up? Yeah, I'm holding them accountable right now on the show. I want to know if the count went up from last time that you looked at.
The count did go up.
Yay! You guys are awesome. You rock. Let nobody tell you any differently. Thank you for subscribing.
And if they do tell you differently, then just send them to us. We'll set them straight.
Yeah, we'll tighten them up. We know. This is an action logo. We about that action.
No matter
Okay.
how many times you've snapped, clapped, screamed, your microphone never picks it up. But when you crack your knuckles just now, that was the most clear sound. That's how you know we mean business. Even the microphone knows that we serious about this.
Send that message out there. We just tighten them up and tune them up, Daredevil style.
Daredevil style. Because that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about the first 2 episodes of Daredevil.
The Trash Man. I'm just saying.
The Demon of Hell's Kitchen, the dumpster diving Daredevil.
The Stab Man now. I call him the Stab Man.
That's what the DD stands for in this chest, dumpster diver.
Oh my God. Okay. Coming from me, this is expected. Coming from you, they're shocked and appalled.
I'm just
saying these things.
I'm just leaning into the joke. But
okay.
So far, first 2 episodes, no dumpsters.
No dumpsters.
No dumpsters.
The clock is ticking though.
We got 7 more episodes for a dumpster to show up.
That is the Deadpool dumpster dive for the whole series. What episode? Leave it in the comments. What episode you think is going to be Daredevil's going to be in that dumpster? Literally, figuratively, not metaphorically. Just his body is somewhere, or a trash adjacent, like outside in the trash, like against the garbage can. Yes. Trash is on him. If somebody take a hefty and even dumps it on him, he's guilty. He cannot be a part of trash. What's the Captain Planet is his best friend, okay? That's what. My God. If he's associated with trash, he's just done for me. He's a pincushion right now. We forgot that Daredevil is a mortal man.
He's
a regular man.
He's just a dude in a suit.
That's blind.
That is blind.
And has heightened sensibilities.
Some martial arts. I don't know if he
knows the stick.
Martial arts. He
knows. It's not a stick that he doesn't know. He knows sticks.
That's
batons.
There you go.
Oh my God! I wasn't even thinking that. Oh my God! It's not a family show.
It's really
not. Well, you know what? You're not
that way.
Well, you're wrong. I mean, you're right. They will, but that's not what I meant.
But I believe we kind of touched on this in the previous episode, talking about the episode count of Daredevil Born Again and how it's going to be 2 seasons. It's already been greenlit for season 2 because it was supposed to be originally 1 season of 18 episodes,
right?
And then they split it to now it's 2 seasons of 9 episodes each. But
it'll cut a budget.
There were a lot of reshoots. There were a lot of things that were changed. There was an original storyline, and then there was a storyline that they kind of ushered in a couple more things in some reshoots. But episode 1 in and of itself was one of the ones that they reshot. Episode 2 was more along the lines of the original plot line that they were thinking for Daredevil Born Again. But you can see that there's definitely a tone shift in the 2 episodes, where episode 1 we lean in with a lot of action right out of the gate, and episode 2 I felt like was more like Law and Order, almost like procedural crime drama type thing with the investigation, following the character, completely devoid of all the action that we got in episode 1. So
yes,
they kind of balance each other out. But then at the same time, it's like, are we going to get more of episode 2? Is that what the season is going to be more like? Having this, following Matt more as the lawyer and investigative type, or are we going to get more of what we got in episode 1, where he goes back to being the devil of Hell's Kitchen and being the vigilante? Whereas now we have Mayor Fisk, who is ran on a platform of trying to get rid of all vigilantes. And we got talking about we had a Punisher sort of name drop because he described a guy with a skull on his chest, and he also said a man dressed like a spider. So we got Spider-Man swinging around New York
somewhere in there.
This is MCU, so he's around there somewhere.
You thinking that we gonna get a crossover at some point in time? Season three, season.
That really all depends on what happens with Sony. That's really all it is, because
Mm.
I believe from what I read was that Marvel Studios has the rights to Spider-Man, but only in an animated medium. So they can make as many
Mm.
animated shows of Spider-Man as they want to. But as far as live action, it has to kind of go in partnership with Sony in order for us to have a live action Spider-Man. So
It
we
get
might
dirty
have
in the
a
boardroom, Spider.
Spider-Man cartoon on the TV in a shop window or something in Daredevil, but I don't think we'll see Spider-Man swinging
They
through the streets.
they go to them boardrooms with mud already. They get dirty in there. They just go to throwing mud. It's like, oh,
Just
so you
swinging
want
it.
to use Spider-Man in the movies? And no. You want to use them in animation? I'm out of mud. I guess you could do that. You could do that. You could do that. Somebody give me a towelette. Gets
So
dirty in there.
what do you think about the first two episodes?
Well, I want to dissect some of the stuff that you just said,
Okay.
like Fisk being the mayor and the journey that he been on, and the character arc for him, and diving into some things like it is feeling like two different dynamics because one was so
Whisper.
impactful and heavy.
I don't know. I
For those,
understand. I
for those
understand
that didn't
that.
catch that audio, Spider did a Fisk impersonation.
Because it's like Fisk canonically in the comics,
Like, dude, where they
huge
kick
dude,
from?
just like
Yes,
a very large man in both
he
size
is
and
a he
stature.
is a he is a larger presence. Yes.
And he's always been depicted to have a very deep voice. And Vincent D'Onofrio still has a deep voice, but it's not as Wilson Fisk deep. So the voice that he's been doing it since he's been playing Fisk since Daredevil season one.
Mm.
It's a choice, but I feel like in
You don't
episode
agree with the choice.
in episode two, he had like a not a monologue, but he just had a
Mm-hmm.
long string of lines that he had to
Mm-hmm.
give, and using that voice in a hushed whispering or just a low volume speaking tone,
Yeah, I
it
speak softly, carry a big stick.
it doesn't always come out right. Like when he was in the streets and they were talking about like the pothole in the road, and he was telling the construction workers
Uh-huh.
to get it fixed, and he's telling the
Yeah.
people, he said, "This is why you elected me. I know how to get things done." When he's projecting, yes,
Yeah.
the voice is fine, but when he was
Yeah.
like sitting and talking to Vanessa and they were talking about the business, or when they were in, you know, couples therapy and he's speaking this way and trying to whisper, it just
Mm.
I don't know.
Mm.
It is what it is, but you know,
If that's what it
it
is,
doesn't
it can't
always
be
come across
anything
that
else.
great.
And that's the creative genius that D'Onofrio brings to it because sometimes you'd be
Sugar
like, what?
and water.
What what huh? Okay. Can he really take credit for getting the pothole fixed? I mean, those guys were literally out there already. Clearly, they were waiting for something.
Yeah, they said it, but they said they couldn't do anything until they got the permits. It was all tied up in red tape, and so he was like, "Well, I'm the
Then why are
mayor.
you
I say go
holding
ahead
up
and fix it."
traffic?
It wasn't that they were
You,
holding up traffic; it was just that there was a lot of traffic because everybody was trying to get around the pothole. But they were off like
technically,
on the
they
other
shouldn't have
side of
been
the street,
set up. They should have been set up until they had the green light to go. Which
which is
again,
also
if they
true.
would have went through the proper procedures, they would have had escorts to traffic control the area
Right?
if it was heavily trafficked. So clearly, they skipped steps, and
They had
Fisk is
to,
just allowing these missteps to be skipped.
because that wasn't just like a pothole. That was like a sinkhole. Like if you drove a car into that hole, your car would dive into
Now,
it.
here's the thing. We don't know where that hole came from.
We
Is
don't.
that a Battle of New York hole? We don't know chronologically where
I
this
mean,
falls in the timeline.
well,
Is that
on
Spider-Man fighting
it could have been
someone?
Spider-Man fighting somebody. On the funeral program that Matt had for Foggy, I believe no, because there wasn't even it wasn't written. It was in Braille. So I don't
Right,
know.
because Matt can't see. Hey, I don't know if you noticed, your guy can't see.
He's blind. No, I was trying to
Yeah,
think because I remember
I don't know, because the way he
Captain America's in
navigated around
2027.
now, the way he's navigating around, I need Charlie Cox to pull back a little bit. He getting around a little bit too good. Like I need some more of this. you,
it
you know what stuff at too much.
it I was that thought came to mind when he was talking to Karen after
They left the Josie bar.
no, not after they left the bar, when they were outside the courtroom after Bullseye's sentencing, and he was talking to her, and because you can, of course, you can see his eyes behind his glasses, and Charlie Cox has mastered kind of the way.
That
Of
dazed
course,
look.
if you're blind, your eyes aren't focused on something because or you're
But
visually impaired.
I hope y'all can hear us good though. I hope y'all can hear. I'm sexy
But
when you see me if you're listening.
every time, and this is, I don't know if this is something that visually impaired people normally do, but when he was talking to Karen, every so often he would turn to face her when he was speaking
Yeah,
to her, and
yeah.
other times
I
he
need.
would kind of face front and still talk. So I just don't know what the
Well,
decision behind that
I
was.
mean, that's not how sound works, though, Spider. If you hear somebody over here, you can clearly know that they're here.
Right.
Unless they're playing tricks on you, like, stop, don't do that. I thought you was over here. I don't like that. But he got hypersensitive, so
Yeah,
which is
and
a
she
flag
knows
that I'm
that.
gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw this flag up. So we're outside while other people are inside and on the phone,
Mm-hmm.
and we can echo out all this other noise and hear not only outside conversation but the conversation on the phone. There's superhuman and then there's ultra extraordinary. Like you should be able to hear across galaxies at that rate. Like, come on. We
Well, I
dialed it
mean,
up. We dialed it up on Born Again. We're
we
not at the
we
same
did.
Netflix level of my senses are heightened now.
I mean, he always
Why?
had, he even in, because I remember in season 1 of Daredevil when he first met Claire, he was saying that when the guy came looking for him, I think
Uh-huh.
one of Fisk's guys, he was like parading
Mm-hmm.
around as a police officer, and so Matt was saying that's when he dropped the fire extinguisher over the banister, hit the dude in the head, and
Right.
then while he was there with Claire, he was like, "There's someone else here. It's someone young." And then they looked up, and he was a young kid, Claire's next door
Yeah.
neighbor or whatever.
Yeah, he can smell cologne from like floors down.
Right.
I got you.
So I mean, his senses have always
But
been pretty
now
heightened,
but
but
now
now we
we can
are now privy
hear
to it as well. Yeah.
we can hear outside while this guy is in the upper apartment across the street with the TV on,
I mean,
and we can hear that conversation and the guy on the phone.
but you think about it, he, as long as he's lost his sight, for most of his life, he's got to be pretty good at filtering out sounds at this point, because if not, he would never
His
sleep.
echo,
He would
his
never be able to sleep.
echolocation is beyond a bet. He is amazing, and
It's one of his
wow,
abilities.
hey, no wonder the ladies love him. Because if you are that in tune to the vibrations across the street, upstairs, past the TV, on the phone, and in person, and know that I have to go to this witness's house because now I know they're coming to get you.
Right. He he got it like that.
Wow. What do you feel about? And I know some people are not happy about this.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel about the assassination of Foggy Nelson?
I knew it was coming.
Oh my God, how did you know it was coming? You think you get the band back together just to assassinate the core people in season one, episode one?
Because the before the rewrites, they
Okay.
had gone through shooting a majority of the season without Karen and Foggy. And then after the writer's strike and everything, and then they restructured all of it, broke the seasons in half, and they were like, oh, well, Karen and Foggy are not coming back. And a lot of, people from the original Netflix series, I was like, they're not going to reshoot the whole entire thing. So there is a good chance that
so this was the MCU slapping the pap out of the fans. Because the ones that were saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna watch because it's not gonna be as good as the Netflix version. They're not gonna get gritty." So I'm not. They don't even have Foggy and Karen in it. They don't even have Nelson and Paige in it.
Murdoch and Paige, right?
Right. So why would we even bother? And then when you hear they're coming back, like, oh,
we getting back to form.
I'll watch now, and then only to say,
like 10, 12 minutes in.
Yeah.
But no, as soon as he had to take a call and he was like, oh, well, I have this guy, he's stashed at my place, and they were standing outside. I'm like, Foggy's dead. Foggy's dead. And then when he got shot, I was like, oh, he got shot in the stomach, so maybe he might survive this. Because
now with the amount of blood they laid down.
Yeah, he was losing a lot of blood. Damn! But no, he got shot in the stomach, and then when the two cops came out,
he should have ate something. He needs some milk. He should have ate something. If you would have ate something, like if you went to Jersey, you go to Josie's and like order anything, they'll give it to you. So you eat it. I'm not saying it's going to deflect a bullet, but I'm saying if he ate something, he probably would have.
I don't think that was going to help.
If he would have died with a full belly, is what
I mean, he had alcohol in it, so
that's not nutritious.
It's not nutritious, but it might have lessened the pain a little bit. I don't know. But no, the two cops came out there to check, shots fired or whatever, and Bullseye shot both of them right between the eyes. So I was like, Bullseye. Okay, he did headshots on the police officer, so my brain starts going into conspiracy theories. Why are they? Because we, as far as we know right now, we still don't know why Bullseye shot Foggy. Like what? Because it wasn't even about the witness. Because the witness
didn't
was like,
Bullseye know who Foggy and he knew Matt after into season 3 of the Netflix show.
Yeah. He
knew all
expect
three of them. Retaliation is not unlikely. Right?
But why?
If you know where my enemy is, I'm gonna come and get you. That's
why I'm coming. Why just Foggy? He clearly spared Karen.
Right, because he likes Karen. You watched it?
No, I watched it, but I mean,
doesn't he like Karen?
I don't think so. I mean, I could be misremembering, but I don't think he had any type of affection towards her or anything.
He didn't kill her.
He did not kill her.
He had the opportunity to kill her.
Maybe he was going to, and then Daredevil stopped him because he was about to do something else, and then that's when they got into the fight.
He might want to do it in front of Daredevil. This sicko, this deranged individual that have point blank accuracy in his shots. I didn't like the lead up to him though.
You didn't like the lead up to
Bullseye. It was kind of cheesy, kind of 80s, almost Batman-ish,
with the paperclip and killing the fly and all that stuff.
Yeah. I knew who it was immediately, but it just wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary for me. For those who appreciated it, there you go. It was there for you, and I'm sure you appreciate them putting it in there. So the Foggy killing the Foggy, you were okay with it, or?
Yeah, I mean,
why were you okay with it, Spider?
Because
God, if you get the band back together,
because it's all about the story at this point, and even in the Netflix series, Foggy was so ancillary. He didn't really do too much.
Ouch.
No,
what?
you think about it, because
you know a guy.
Foggy was, I mean, his death serves a purpose. I'm not saying that he died, and it's just like, oh, okay, well, he died, good riddance, I don't care. But he served a purpose because it made Matt have to reevaluate what he was doing. Because one, he's blaming himself because he went away to go check on the witness and he wasn't there to protect Foggy. But then two, the last thing that Foggy said to him was, I didn't want to give you an excuse. Because clearly he had kind of put Daredevil behind him, wasn't doing it as much, or, because he still had the suit and was able to get it on super quick. I don't know where he had the stash, but
clearly he's been deviling on the side. He just didn't let Foggy
He got backpacks on roofs like Spider-Man. But but it's like I know Matt is feeling extremely guilty about,
of course he should,
Foggy losing his life. And so that will feed into the struggle of him, either, especially after the end of episode 2, of what it's going to take to get him to come back to being Daredevil. Because it took the loss of a dear, dear loved one to have him finally hang it up. What is it going to take for him to go back and put the suit back on?
That's a great question. I mean, he threw the man that shot him off the roof.
Yeah, because he didn't care at that point.
I thought he didn't.
I wouldn't either.
So here's the dynamic though, because we're saying how is Matt struggling, Christian values, not killing. You killed my friend. I lost it. I threw you off the edge. You didn't die.
Right. You still have to kill him.
You didn't die. I didn't kill you. We thought he was dead, but he didn't die.
Because he went splat on that ground.
He did exactly that.
Now,
it wasn't even.
Here's the thing.
A bounce.
Fisk broke his back in season 3. He got operated on and did his
best
spine
doctors
or whatever.
Ever.
But
best doctors.
He hit that ground head first. So he should have like his skull. Not even his spine. If his spine is, cognium or whatever metal that they use to fix his spine, that's fine. His spine is okay. But the head trauma that he should have,
he shouldn't be accurate as much as he was.
He had a pool of blood around his head, so he had to have cracked the skull open. I don't know how he's alive.
Somebody paid that medical bill.
That is true.
Somebody's on retainer. Like, go down there and get my investment.
Somebody's pulling the strings.
Yeah, well, somebody got to put him back together because he was clearly arrested.
Yes.
And I don't know if that was a part of the reshoots or it was like, don't kill him off. Like, well, we already killed him off. Nah, just put him in this.
They called him back. Hey, we need you to come back just real quick.
Y'all kill me off.
No. We need you to come back. We need you to just lay on the ground. We're gonna put you back in wardrobe. No, because he didn't even stand up. He just opened his eyes. We need you to lay on the ground and we need you to just open your eyes.
Like, where if they don't have super soldier serum floating around New York, they got some off brands.
Yeah,
like how they have the main brand. They got some great value somewhere in there. They got something going around. Because the things Kingpin doing, the things Bullseye just walked away from. I saw Black Widow. She shouldn't even be alive.
Also true.
Oh.
But
go for it.
What'd you think about that? The opening fight. I mean, just the opening scene because we get it's changed, right? Of course, this is Disney now. It's not Netflix anymore. Netflix Daredevil was applauded and held in high regards.
It's one of the best action shows on TV today.
Because it was grounded. It was real grounded, especially in a world because this was post Avengers 2012. And so we've seen the flying suits, we've seen Thor, we've seen the super soldier serum and all this other kind of stuff. And here we have Daredevil, who is an enhanced individual,
contrast,
but he's still just a guy in a suit.
Yeah, well,
And so we get Disney now.
he gets special parking that he doesn't use. Just know that.
Oh, I mean, he
Just know
doesn't
that.
drive, so
Well, that's the problem with that situation. He needs to pay
how would
that
he
forward
drive?
for other people. What I'm saying, I know he doesn't drive, but he can use the pass for other people. They got
Fine.
other people that need to take him places.
He's
Let
fine.
me use that pass
He's
there.
fine.
I can get you right in the front. You ain't gotta walk to, gotta go to court. I can get you parked right in the front. You go and get your stuff done. I'll wait in the car.
But we again, they did sort of like a street level type thing for the opening of the show where a lot of b-roll shots of just New York
Mm-hmm.
in general.
Mm-hmm.
And we
New
get
York.
the BB report. So we have Ben Urich's niece, BB, who is
Yes,
doing
sir.
this sort of video essay
Journalism at
of,
its finest.
just the people of New York, what are their takes on the current events and what's going on. So that's
Mm-hmm.
where we're getting our realism. This is where we're focusing on street level New York. We have
Mm-hmm.
the higher upper echelons of the elite and all this other kind of stuff, but these are just people on the street. And they showed many a times where it's just people walking and she's like, hey, excuse me, take off the headphones, can I ask you a
Mm-hmm.
question, all this other kind of stuff. And even talking to, some homeless people and stuff like that. But
Mm-hmm.
we get Daredevil's introduction as a part of the Disney Plus show where we have him swinging through the city. And
You mean running through the city,
well, he's still
hitting
swinging.
rooftop? Well,
He
yeah, he does the little
Yeah.
acrobatic. That's what I meant when I said stick. Just for the reference, the the baton stick
But
and
one
the
of one of
trainer
one
stick.
of the complaints that I've been seeing from people is that, of course, it always comes down to the CG, right? So
Yeah,
clearly they were on a
yeah,
sound stage. The backdrop
yeah.
was clearly CG'd.
Wah,
For the
wah,
fight scene inside of Josie's bar, a lot of it was
wah,
CG.
wah.
They did a oneer. I use air quotes because there were some pretty obvious
Yeah.
cuts in that oneer.
Mm.
Um, they're trying to stay true to the spirit of what was on the Netflix show, and I can
Which was
appreciate that.
confined, tight fight sequences.
Right. But this was multi-level from the front of the bar to the back of the bar and then up the stairs, and everything.
Is this hurting the franchise, buddy?
No, 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 no. I don't think it's hurting the franchise because I think that all of that, for whatever faults that the fight scene had in the first episode, was all, done away with the compelling story that they told in episode 2.
Mm.
I'll say my biggest gripe was, I understand why they did it because they wanted to hide, the flaws and the faults of the fight scene because they
Mm.
covered everything with smoke.
Yeah, you gotta
So
cover it with smoke, Spotty. You gotta cover it with smoke.
I just
You
felt like, because
can't just let it be
not only was
seen
everything covered with
directly.
smoke, but a lot of it was backlit. So we're seeing silhouettes of the characters fighting,
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
it I don't know. It just, I appreciate it because I know that they brought like writers and showrunners and some stunt choreographers from the
Mm-hmm,
Daredevil
mm-hmm,
Netflix series. So I
mm-hmm.
know, like I said, they're trying to stay true to the spirit of what we've gotten before. But it was so clear and so apparent of what they were trying to do when they were trying to hide the cuts and hide, the CG and the fight scenes and everything. I felt like it was heavy handed, in my opinion. I felt like they were not subtle about it at all. But then again, it also comes back to, excuse me, this being reshoots. So of course, compressed
Mm,
timeline. You got to call
mm-mm.
people back, and there's, for that whole fight scene, it probably wasn't, because Charlie Cox does some of his own stunts, but you would imagine that it was like clearly just two stunt doubles going at it, and the reason it was so dark and so smoky was so we couldn't see that it wasn't Charlie Cox and the actor who plays Bullseye, whose name I don't know.
When you learn to hit,
Uh, Dex,
you only have to remember it once. There you go. He
Benjamin
he.
Poindexter.
That's his real name.
Well, that's Bullseye's name. The actor's name is
Oh,
Wilson
okay.
Bethel.
There you go. There you go. I thought Wilson Bethel real name was Benjamin Poindexter. I was like, that's that
No.
sound lawsuity. that sound like that sound like you didn't get that clear. That sound like that might be copyrighted. All right, but if you're lucky enough to have it and it's your name, somebody owe you money if you
Yeah.
did your paperwork. But
Bullseye is a Poindexter.
hmm,
But yeah, what'd you think about that opening fight?
listen, I want to insert this little tidbit right here. People are normally peaceful, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're normally passive aggressive. I love how Fight Club initiated that when they tell you you have to start a fight and it's not as easy as you think
Right. You
to
can't
start
just
a
go
fight.
run up to somebody on the street and expect a fight to break out
Right.
just because you're antagonizing them.
Unless you're in the wrong neighborhood, then you might get shot. That's
Right.
not a
That's
fight.
not a
That's
fight.
that's different. That's
That's
you
you're
go
about to die.
lose every time. You go lose. Um, but to start a fight, it takes a lot to generate energy to start a fight,
Mm-hmm.
and to hold that energy and to fight multiple people for a continuous time, long time. I mean, talking about we going through people, and this person is this, and this person is that. What's missing from this fight versus the fight on Netflix was that level of, and
Well,
I
we
know they're
we
probably
we
saying
got a
that
little bit
Matt's
of that.
in, he's probably in better shape now than he was before. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we did get a lot of that. I mean, the dude's getting stabbed. It's pure adrenaline. It's
Yeah.
pure adrenaline that we're still going, and Bullseye falls, and he didn't expect to get his ass whooped like he was getting his ass
Yeah,
whooped
because he climbed up to
because
the top of the
clearly,
stairs and he was spent. And then he saw
cl-
Daredevil coming. He was like, "This dude don't stop."
yeah, like, but you knew this though. Like, I feel like you don't feel like you done bit off more than you could chew, but you
Yeah.
knew who this was going in.
This
You
is not
knew
the first time that y'all
this is
went at
not
each
the
other.
first. Yo, this dude for real. Like he hit hurt. Like and he know how to take a punch. Like, but you knew that already, and you brought all these knives. Like, why? You
Turn
already had a gun. Like,
turn him
who
into a
this
pincushion.
for? Who this for though? You already had. What we doing? Like, who this? The idea was to kill your friend and
Mm-hmm.
stab you up and then leave. Because if that was the case, you could have stabbed him up from outside and just
Right.
left.
So yeah, I don't
What
know.
we
I don't know what the plan was. I don't know what
make it make sense. Then
what
you
the
had
result was
Karen
supposed to
and you was
be.
about to do something with Karen, but I guess were you about to do something with Karen? Daredevil came, saved it, busted you on your ass, put them paws on you, and now you had to start pulling out a knife. You almost should have just went on these, like on these, hey, I got a knife. and here you go with this knife, and Daredevil beat the holy bricks up. And now you're trying to run. Like, my guy, this was your plan. What are you doing?
And
So I'm trying to understand that.
this poor man who is in the stairwell just trying to see what's going on, he gets knifed, and then
You didn't even have to knife that man.
his partner or his neighbor, whatever woman was up there, he went up and punched her too.
You didn't even have to do that. There's like something wrong with this dude.
Something is really
Like
wrong with him.
Daredevil,
They really made
Daredevil
it
need to get this
so
dude off the
we
street.
have no doubts that this man is clearly deranged, because it's not even like, oh well, you saw my face, so I have to take you out. He had a mask on. Then nobody knew who he was.
Dude, when Daredevil threw this dude off the roof, we did not feel bad at all. Like,
No.
this
They're
idiot
like,
needs to be
We saw
stopped.
that and we're like, deserved. That was deserved.
Yeah. R.I.P. Nobody. You need to die, dude. You need to die and hit every branch in the pits of hell on your way down to the bottom. You didn't have to stab that guy. You didn't have to punch that lady.
No,
What
you
was for? Oh man. But he did make Daredevil a plushie. He made him a pin cushion.
He did.
This dude looked like Wolverine having swords
Oh, and
stuck in him. Like Moon Knight.
what was that? That was in The Wolverine. We had all those arrows in his back when they were trying to take him out.
Who you doing that for? This is a dumb plan. I just didn't understand it. But as far as the fight sequence, yes. Yes, I needed more of the rest and recovery though. Even
Mm.
though there was some in there, for the amount of punishment that they're gonna do, dude, I quit. I don't even listen. I just wanted to hit your man because he knew what he did, and then I knew I was gonna have to deal with you. But you on something else. Like you mad at me because you can't see. I didn't do that to you. I didn't do you. Why you hit me with all that vigor? I didn't do that to you, dude. I just wanted to hit your man. He know what he did. I'm about to go, and now you mad. You throw that man off the roof. Yeah, he got spinal cord injury fluids on his brain. His skull cracked open. I don't think he bullseye no more. He might be like quarter center, like 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 off center mass. That's his new name.
We
Like
gotta see him. We gotta see him throw something just to see if he still got it.
alignment. Just close to it, like horseshoes. Throw grenades. Don't throw knives. Throw grenades, and you'll be all right.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
That's the fight was, it was interesting if nothing else.
No, but I do appreciate the interesting ways that they're, like we were talking about, how it really seems that there's an emphasis on Matt's abilities now. And so while he's going through this fight, he is actively monitoring Foggy's heartbeat to where they get on the roof
That's some
and
Superman shit.
it is.
That's some
It is
Superman
like
shit.
you focus, and I like that the fact that they made it to where it wasn't that he was listening while he was fighting, because I feel like that's a bit much. You trying to tell me you focus on fighting this dude because you have
And
to
I can
use
hit a heartbeat.
you have to he Matt has to use his ears because his ears are his eyes. So in
Yes.
order for him to be an effective fighter, he has to listen to the movement of the person he's
Yes.
fighting. So you
That's how
can't
he
tell
can hear
me
a gun click and
yeah,
move his head out the way.
you can't tell me that he's listening
Which
to
we'll get into that in a
Bullseye
second.
and fighting him and listening to Foggy's heartbeat at the same time. So I do appreciate that he stopped to catch his breath and then listen. He heard the heartbeat. Okay, he's still alive. Let me keep going back into it. But no, when we get back on the roof and we hear the
How
heartbeat
about no?
slow.
How about you beat the shit out of him and help your friend? Which is nothing you can do. Karen's that holding. I think she was holding it wrong. I think she was holding it wrong.
I don't know. I don't know if
She
Karen
well
has
clearly
first
if she
aid,
held it. Yeah,
training.
she's not. She held it wrong. I'm blaming her. She moved to San Francisco.
She's the reason that Foggy bled out.
She's the reason that she was. I think she squeezed some of it out. I think she was like, So I'm gonna say this. Shang-Chi, be careful. She's in San Fran.
Oh my God.
I'm just throwing that out there. Just throwing it out there. Scott Lang should be worried. All right. It's just a connected universe.
Hope gonna come
It's a
back
connected universe. Well, somebody has to stop Karen. She needs to be stopped.
So
be careful though.
This is the fourth person she's killed then?
She's unhinged. She's the villain.
Approaching serial killer territory.
Listen, this is back in her True Blood days. I seen her. I seen where she came from. She has a maker.
But no, it's he gets on the roof and he's still going at it against Bullseye. But Foggy's heart stops.
Nice.
And the performance that we get from Charlie Cox, he just grabs Bullseye and just like, why? And that scream, it was like there was so much emotion behind that. I do appreciate the performance from Charlie Cox on that part.
Of course, killing the game. Been killing the game since he's iconic to the role. Try to put somebody else in that fucking red suit and see what happens. Not the Deadpool suit, not the Daredevil suit, not any red suit. Nobody can. Just letting you know, it's gonna be a harsh suit to fill.
Yeah,
but he didn't get there's no answer that he could have gave that would have been satisfactory.
No, it wouldn't have been satisfactory. I don't think that he was necessarily looking for a satisfactory answer. Just
I don't know
why.
what the plan.
I feel like we all want to know why.
We all want to know why. Like, so did somebody pay you to do this, or are you acting on your own, or does this have something to do with that big crater in the street that we see later on down the line? The theories. It could be all connected. It could be not connected at all. Howard the Duck is somewhere around there. It's New York. It's just I don't know. We don't know, and unless they pay it off, it's going to be a huge plot hole at the end of the series.
And I mean, we've gotten shots in a trailer of Dex in jail, We see him like being escorted down the hallway and everything. So we know we're gonna see him again. On IMDb, he's listed for 16 episodes out of the 18 of the 2 seasons. So we'll definitely see him some more. I don't know what he's
Clearly
gonna be doing.
somebody's breaking out.
Possibly.
and realigning their chi so they can get Bullseye again. You know, Bullseye is one of the biggest villains that Daredevil has. Mm-hmm. So I'm not mad that they decided not to kill him. But at some point in time, you're gonna have to show how he's alive, dude, because all that blood that came out and how he landed.
And then was in the courtroom like he was fine. I like
nothing. Do this every Thursday. Well,
they did say they did say it was 1 year later, so I guess he had some time to recover.
Dude, what is this healing factor that he's on? Like, come on.
I don't know.
Like, you see how he felt?
I mean, also, Matt should have been worse for wear. He got stabbed like 40 times.
Listen, it only bleeds out when you pull the blades out. So if he just left him in,
pull one out, stitch it up. Pull one out, stitch it up.
No, he went to the hospital. At that point in time, he had threw his helmet off the roof. Whatchamacallit came up the back. Which Cherry. Again, Cherry. Again, we gotta figure out what we're doing before we do it. Because we're at Josie's bar. This is a bar full of cops.
Right.
Full of New York's best. Seasoned guys talking about retiring. And then you throw tear gas in there. One, training's going to kick in. You can't tell me they don't have training. And then they started helping the people that are non-cops get out of there. Because get out of there. We got a shooter. It's a terrorist attack. We don't know what's going on. Exits. Got to get you out of here. And then when they started,
they ran them all out of the front door, though, was a little
interesting because you're supposed to have an access and egress and all. Okay, I'm getting technical, but yeah, it is interesting. Let's run right into the line of fire.
Right.
But maybe we're in a panic. We want to get out. But the reassessment after that kind of falls short for New York's finest. I mean, I've seen more, I've seen them do more. Seen them do more in situations. I understand this is a show and the fixation is Daredevil, but I just need them to be New York's finest in that situation.
Right.
Because he walked right past him. And just like, we still trying to figure out, could that be, that might be, I'm gonna need, back up at Josie's bar. They got that sandwich? Yeah, she had that sandwich. Ought to be that sandwich. Well, right now, we got to deal with this first. But I got you after, as soon as they open. Like, I need them to be more responsive, Spider. That's all I'm saying, because it just didn't. There's no reason that Daredevil should have got stabbed that many times if they would have just shot him in the leg, in the ankle, in the calf. Like, real talk. Like, you got a biological something. We don't know. We just seen smoke. We don't know what that is. This is New York.
Right.
They got people turned into lizards. All kind of things happen, okay? So, shoot ankles. We don't have to kill.
This is a post-Thanos New York. You don't
Alien invasion.
Yeah, you don't know
wizards
what's going to happen.
Androids. Pop. Oh, my ankles. Like, are you all right, sir? Yeah, I'm okay. I see you're blind. Yeah, I see you blind. You okay? I'm good. Okay, I heard you when you pulled that gun, though. Yeah, I know. I was actually trying to tell you to move. This idiot came in with this gas. I just popped him 2 times in the ankles. We're going to drag him on out of here, sir. You have a good night. That's how it should be going in New York. I see him shoot for less. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest with you. You come through there with that tear gas. You actually to be shot in a cop's bar. Like, I want to know what you up to this and why don't you love your life? Like this, there's nowhere in the world like Spider. Even in other series, Fast and Furious. Just for an example, when they seen that they had to break into a cop,
in the police station,
it went from Mission Impossible to Mission Insanity. Like, respect the police. Please, if nothing else, please respect them. But okay, that's just it's just in this universe he was able to do those things,
Yeah.
and now Daredevil threw his ass off the roof, and he'll be back
Oh, he
to
absolutely will be back.
align his chakra so he can get his bullseye.
But on
Let's
top of
talk
that,
about
yeah, we got 1 year
some of the
later,
stuff. Yeah,
and so now Fisk is mayor. He came back. He and Vanessa had a little chat. Vanessa has been running the business and been flourishing. But he comes in, but
killing again.
and he that's all he did. He walked in the doorway and said her name, and everybody was like, "Oh shit, we gotta go." Everybody just left. And she's like, "You've been gone all this time, and you can still clear a room with one word." But he says he's changed. He says he's not the same Fisk. He's not the same Wilson Fisk anymore. He wants to better the city. He wants to be what the people need.
You don't believe him?
Absolutely not.
What? Spider? Didn't we talk about this with Thaddeus Ross? A man can change if he wants to change.
If he wants
He
to
can
change,
change.
but you put a piece of shit in the gift
Oh
box,
my
you open it
goodness.
up, it's still a
Oh,
piece of
wow.
shit.
Wow. This is what we're doing? We're gifting turds now? Is that what's happening?
I'm sure somebody's done it, but we see that the
Holidays are around the corner.
the police commissioner was ready to
open your presents
retire.
with caution.
The police
Right.
commissioner was ready to retire, and he was like, your police force is dwindling, but we've asked for, what do you ask for? More cadets, like a higher threshold on cadet recruiting, extra money and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah. And Kingpin told him no.
and he said, we're going to compromise. So he's showing him, he's like, look, I know that you have an illegitimate child.
Hey.
And I would hate for this news to come out.
Hey.
So why don't you stay as commissioner, do what I tell you to do, and then we won't have problems. So Fisk is, again, he's
getting it done. He's getting it done. That's what the people voted him in for.
Fisk
deal with these prima donnas and attitudes from commissioners. Like he approached Fisk with all kind of attitude. All right, Fisk said, "Put some respect on his name. He's the mayor now. Like it or not, I'm the mayor. Bow down and do what I tell you."
He was 2 days from retirement. He didn't come.
Well, cancel that order.
Yeah, cancel it because he's back at work.
Cancel that order.
Like, I see you.
You're trying to leave, and you're trying to leave and take the police staff with you. We're not gonna do that. Not under this regime. We go talk about this Drake, baby. We'll talk about Drake. This baby, the baby you don't want nobody to know you got till you out him. So go back to work and let's not have more of these conversations.
No.
Now, is that manipulative and wrong, or is that politics? Ooh.
I mean, I feel like it's both. That's
Fisk can fix it.
That's underhanded blackmail is what that is, which is wrong.
Legally, yes. Yes, 100%. If you're thinking about if this is okay to do, you will find yourself in jail or shot.
Either one.
Because people usually don't take blackmail well, and they immediately see you as a threat after the blackmail has been exposed.
But see, you have to be in a position of power in order for that blackmail to be effective. Because if you don't have anything, if you're trying to blackmail somebody and you don't have any power to where if they were to retaliate against you, it would ultimately affect them too, then, I mean, you're just being ineffective at that point.
I advise you not to blackmail anybody.
Also,
just on the safe side. Completely. On the safe side. If you were thinking about doing it, just don't do that.
But we got some we got some great moments in episode 2. We got the diner scene between Matt and Fisk and their conversation, which was in all of the promotional material, just them coming face to face. But it was really a nice casual conversation with so much animosity in the undertones, because they really
Mm-hmm.
threatened each other without blatantly saying that they were threatening each other. But
No, I think
even,
the threat was pretty obvious. The threat was pretty, hey,
yeah,
why'd you stop vigilanteing? So a line was crossed,
mm-hmm,
and
I'm not that
I
person
think he
anymore.
said, "I'm not that." I think he said his friend died, right? He didn't say
Well, no, he didn't.
who
He didn't
died.
say it in so many words. But Fisk was like, I heard I heard about your friend. And he was like, I want you to know that I kept true to my word, because in season 3,
Right.
Matt told him, he's like, if you come after me or anyone that I love, I'm going to
Said it
out.
with fist.
He said, I'm going to out Vanessa as the one who was behind the murder of that FBI agent. And so Fisk was like, all right, cool. I'm not going to let you put my wife in jail. So we good.
Right. That's
And
how much.
so
That's how much he loved her.
he
He
loved her.
loved the spider.
And so,
He loved the shit out of her.
so yeah. And so Fisk was like, I just want you to know that I kept my word. I had nothing to do with it. But Matt told him, he's like, I don't believe anything that you said. Like, if you want to change and you want a better New York, then cool, great. You do you. But you step out of line. If you for
Mm,
once go back to your
mm,
old ways, he's like, I will be there.
mm. Yeah, and then the question was asked, who's saying this? You or your friend, which means Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
So who this threat coming from? Because then Kingpin turned around and put the smackdown saying, guess what? If you ever decide to go back to your old ways, I'm glad we had this conversation so I can put this on the table.
Right.
I'm there now, bitch. Top tier, legal in the game now, bitch. I was doing all that underground, undercover, illegal stuff. I'm in the city. Let me catch you in that red outfit again. You're going to jail. You're going to jail, and then I got the commissioner on lock, so we gonna lose your paperwork. You gonna be in there forever.
Yep.
And your boy in there, stabby stab. So you might run across him.
You don't
Who
want to
end
know
up in
what
the
they do to
dumpster.
blind boys in prison.
Oh, they don't even see it coming. they just in the wrong place at the right time. Stabby stab. Horrible. It's hard. You don't want to go there.
No, you don't.
So Daredevil might not come out until, listen, the first set
That,
of the iteration of Daredevil, they said he ain't put on a Daredevil costume uniform to like episode 8.
right.
Said it was way in the back. And you just said they didn't reshoot everything. So don't look for him to suit up too soon.
No.
He might not suit
Because
up
like I
again
said,
until like
there's gotta be something like extremely serious, because we see that he's dating
maybe
the
Karen
therapist.
dies.
No, because I think because Karen's
Coming
away.
to visit. Yeah,
Karen only
I
came
wouldn't
to
come back
visit
to New
just for
York.
the
It's
sentencing,
horrible.
but she's gone.
Yeah, it's not safe there.
It's really not. But no, he's dating a therapist now, Dr. Glenn. And
Uh-huh.
so I think that something may happen to her, and that might
Man,
push
they
him
just
over the
started
edge.
dating.
You think it's not that
Well,
serious?
well, let's see. That's traditionally speaking for Daredevil. In the comics, he loses almost every love interest he gets. So,
Mm.
if he starts to feel like he likes her like that, yeah, she's dead. She's a goner. She's gonna die. He's it's the Listen, we talked about this many times. You love your character, you gotta run them through the ringer. You just
Right.
gotta give them stuff to overcome and stuff to deal with. Uh, Physically, emotionally, how does this character deal with these things and how does he pursue his quest of happiness along with the quest of fulfilling the obligation of whatever the requirement of the mission is per this episode or per the story. He's gonna go through it. I feel bad for the dude. He's already got stabbed like 16 times in one night.
Yeah.
I know one thing. I know Jersey they didn't get that tab paid. Nobody paid their tab that night. And I
Nobody.
just think as a business, you could take in a loss because all that damage, who will pay for that?
It's a
Like,
huge loss.
ins-
That's what damage
now I
control
don't know.
comes in, I guess.
I don't know if a terrorist attack is covered by the insurance.
It's true. We don't know. But
This is horrible, dude.
no, one more thing that I want to talk about, and then we
Well, there's a couple of things. A couple of
what's up?
things. Hold on. Because we got to talk about our good friend, the man without fear, making the situation worse by having two dead cops in the apartment building of the witness that he was going to go protect.
Well, and I was going to get there, but it may only be one dead cop because the first one that he broke his arm.
Are we doing this?
he only broke his arm and then he knocked him out. The other guy.
These dudes are dead. They're
nah.
not even all the way half.
No,
they're unalive.
The first guy is alive. The second one is absolutely dead. There's no question about it. He dropped that dude square on his head, broke his neck. He is done for.
Dead. Like
the first dude, well, he might be in critical condition.
Afterlife.
Second dude is absolutely done. But
dead is dead.
Daredevil doesn't kill. No, I'm talking about I'm saying that the first guy is not. I guarantee you that first dude is still alive. He did not kill that first guy.
Okay, so you think the conversation is, why did you go to this guy's house?
Are you talking about as far as an explanation to explain this?
Yeah, the cops are gonna say, okay, why did you go to this guy's house? In the first place.
I'm pretty sure they'll make up some shit talking about like serving a warrant. We had a credible tip about something.
Why is the lawyer there?
They gonna say
why did you attack the lawyer?
They'll say that he's
why.
They're gonna try to spin it, but I don't know how you can spin it to say that the blind lawyer.
Why is he dead? Exactly. And it's a situation
blind
that
lawyer kicked my ass.
Make it make sense. Like, he's a hell of a lawyer. That case got to get thrown out.
I don't know.
And if we're watching judicial shows like we got more in season 2, we're toeing the line between action and big event and grounded and manageable things.
Right.
Somewhere along the line, we got to find the pocket, is what I'm saying. They shouldn't have dropped 2 episodes. They should have dropped 3, because the magic number is 3. It gives you a great sense of the pocket of what you're getting. And
I think
it allows you to take your missteps in the first one and correct it in the second one, and by the third one you're invested.
I think they wanted to leave that cliffhanger at the end of episode 2. They wanted people to sit with that.
To sit with Fisk going to counseling? Why are we that's not shocking.
No, that wasn't the end of the episode. The end of the episode was Matt screaming because he just killed a man.
Possibly 2 in the witness apartment.
We'll see what happens.
I can guarantee you the other one's bleeding out.
Yeah, that's why I say critical condition. I'm pretty sure Matt called the EMTs.
What phone? His phone somewhere in the room. Yeah. Somewhere.
Call him off the cop phone. Take his phone out of his pocket.
These dudes are dead.
Only one. I'm telling you, only one of them are dead.
All right. So I'm gonna ask y'all, if y'all see this, go ahead and drop it in the comments what your thoughts are. If it's just 2 of them are dead, or 1 for only one's dead. Let's see if we can get it right by the end of the next episode, and we'll know. Dead. Like, dead. Dude, do you see what? Now, Matt was honestly saying, don't do this.
Right.
Like, I'm begging you not to do this, because and I think that was the reason why he's screaming, because it's like, I don't want to go back to this. This
No.
is how my friend got killed.
Right.
I don't want to do this. I just want to live a it's almost the same thing as Spider-Man walking away, right? I just want to live a normal life. I have my law practice. And it was the fact that I forgot the guy name with the mask that had the amulet.
The White
The one
Tiger.
he's defending, the White
Hector.
Tiger,
Yeah, Hector Ayala.
who is a vigilante by the
Mm-hmm.
rules of the Fisk. He's a vigilante. So it's clear that that had a personal place for Matt
Right.
because he's a vigilante. So if I don't help this guy, they're clearly going to kill him because, again, they were beating him by the
Yeah.
guards and the prisoners in the prison. And he was out there helping someone.
Mm-hmm.
The crazy part about it is nobody knows about the witness, and it's clearly dirty cops. And it wasn't until the other cop that accidentally got killed that they identified that there were cops.
Right.
So we was like, "Whoa, is this an undercover
Like,
sting mission
yeah.
or something?" We found out they're dirty, which it was a very clever way that they did it. They didn't say it; they just alluded to it. You can see that the guy that's running, whether he's in debt or whatever, he owes them money, they're willing to kill,
Mm-hmm.
which that's pretty dirty. I don't know what your definition of a dirty cop is, but
And you
if they're gonna
saw
kill somebody,
the mark that he had, right?
which
The
mark was this?
the Punisher tattoo on his wrist.
Yeah, so that was interesting too because maybe he's an informant for the Punisher. I don't know.
No.
This is the first time
No.
we kind of what
Because it's a
enlighten me.
it's because people in real life do it too. They adopt the symbol of the Punisher,
Okay,
and there's a lot of police forces that do this. They adopt the symbol of the Punisher just because he's a ruthless. He stands for justice. He kills those who he believes are bad people. That's what the Punisher
right.
does. But
Yes,
the the misconstruing of the Punisher's message is not that it's pro cop, because Punishers have also killed cops. The Punisher, if you are bad, you go down.
you gotta go.
And
Ain't no
the
retribution.
the duality of it is that these cops are clearly bad, but they're brandishing the Punisher symbol because in their mind they're doling out justice. They're doing what the Punisher does, but they're missing the entire message of the whole thing.
Hmm. Yeah, it is death. He's coming, and that's kind of the symbol with the skull, like death is coming, and he's gonna punish you for whatever all of the shit you did, if you did the shit.
Yeah.
He's kind of like karma in a sense, and he's slated to be in this show.
He is. He is.
So
So I'm wondering if that is going to be what brings Matt to find Frank, is because whatever like
he
little
needs
unit
somebody
or
to
whatever
kill with.
that they're a part of, they probably all have the tattoo in some shape, form, or fashion. And somebody, Cherry probably finds out. He tells Matt about it, and then Matt goes looks for Frank. He's like, "Hey, yo, Frank, they using your symbol. You might want to come and
Yeah,
handle this."
might want to come out of retirement and come protect your brand.
Right. They
That we,
they're soiling your good name.
you know that copyright that you had.
Right.
You need to come
You
put
might
it
want to check on
your
that.
your version of cease and
Where's that
desist
cease
out.
and desist?
There it is. There it
Like,
is right there. Load it
look,
up and cock it. He
I'm a
coming.
lawyer. I could draft the paperwork for you.
Nah, I don't need that. I got my own way of doing things.
Just gonna go out and handle it.
What?
Wait. No.
Oh, that's
Man.
great acting, dude. What else do you say in this situation? It's like that, right? That's
Yeah.
crazy. Oh, yeah. This when he comes, it's gonna be bloody.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Matt's out there just breaking stuff and thinking about returning to the fold. I think that's the reason why he was honestly screaming because it's like I
Yeah.
can't get away from this.
Because
I don't want this. I just can't get
he
away from it.
has all of this pent up rage inside of him. clearly.
Well,
And we
yeah.
could see that sort of taking over because he bashed his head into the refrigerator a couple of times. And then he was incapacitated at that point, but Matt still stayed on him and he kept going. And he fucking football spiked his skull into the floor.
No
So
mercy.
yeah.
Again, I understand the senses. I need a little bit more of this. This the accuracy is spot on. I just need a little more of that and a little more, just a little more of this and a little more. All right, and not to be in the trash.
Well, we'll see how that
Well,
works.
he'll be in there before that.
We don't know.
Leave it in the comments.
I'm telling you, we got 7 episodes left.
What
Take a
episodes left?
guess.
Which episode?
Take a guess which one he's going to show up in the
Somebody
dumpster.
might say season 2, 100%.
We don't know.
Opening
Could
number
be.
1 in the trash.
Opening scene of season 2, Matt in the dumpster.
That's horrible. I don't know.
But let
We'll
us
keep watching.
know
We'll keep watching.
what. Let us know what you thought about the first 2 episodes of Daredevil Born Again. And let us know what you thought about this episode. And remember, if you like it, go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you can be notified when we have new episodes that come out. If you want the audio version of the podcast, just search for All Things Super on your favorite podcast streaming platform.
Yep.
And if you want to reach out to us on social media, just click the link in the description below.
We out there in the social media spaces. If you reach out and touch it, you would have touched what you reached out for. And leave a comment because we read those.
Yep.
Yeah, well, there's only facts will we state here.
But no, I'm enjoying the show so far. I'm looking forward to the rest of the episodes to see how they finish out the season. I'm pretty sure that the season is going to end in probably like a cliffhanger type thing, unless they, with the reshoots, they put like a definitive end to the season. Instead of just making it open-ended and then gonna pick up where we left off at the beginning of season 2. I don't know if they're gonna like bring something full circle.
You can love it, kill it, and die and have it a moment in time as something great, or you can let it run on forever and be afraid that it'll lose all the value and creativity that it can.
Only time will tell.
I don't know, because The Simpsons have been running for how long? They're still creative. They predict the future.
They do.
Well, it's
way
also
too many
an animated
times.
show.
They've been accurate way too many times for it to be just a mere coincidence at this point.
Yeah, they're from the future. I believe so. But I think at some point in time, Charlie Cox is going to say, this is the last one, or Vincent D'Onofrio will be like, this is the last one. Vanessa will run the Empire.
I'm retiring.
Now, here's the thing. D'Onofrio.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not upset that man is not a larger man for health reasons.
They even, they even, like made a comment about it. He was like, your steps are lighter. You've lost some weight. You put on some muscle.
Yeah, well, in the comics, Kingpin is all muscle.
Yeah, he is all muscle. He's like he's 300 something pounds of all muscle.
All muscle. And they like to freaking play around like he's just a heavy guy, and then he bat the shit. Send a guy flying like, how's that? I thought he was fat. That's all muscle. Interesting how dynamic.
Yeah. But we'll see what happens.
So remember that when you watch Across the Spider-Verse too. Remember that, or Into the Spider-Verse. Remember when you see Kingpin as big as he is. Remember when he get hit. That's why when you're like, how does Spider-Man, the blonde hair, when get killed by Kingpin, just doing like, because that's all muscle.
Just strength. Just collapse.
That's like those.
All of this. just crush.
You seen them kangaroos, those big buff kangaroos? Yeah, that's small fries compared to what Fisk's supposed to be.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
He ain't gonna punch me.
Absolutely not.
I will shoot you in that other eye. Get your doctors on standby, baby. I'm not playing with you, Fist.
So we will be watching the rest of the first season of Daredevil Born Again. Hopefully you will be too, and we'll be back to review it at the end of the season. So we'll hope that you join us for that. But thank you so much for joining us for this episode. We love and appreciate all the support. We'll see you in the next one. But remember, until then, keep being super.